All right, welcome to your guide to the muscle activities. Okay, so here you go. You should read this. Talks about muscle fatigue a little bit. All right, first activity is clothespin squeeze. You're going to get a clothespin, work with a partner, have to. Your partner should open the timer on their phone, set it for 15 seconds. So I'll just show, I have my timer open, and you can see it is set for 15 seconds. Your partner says go, you should start squeezing. So when you hold the clothespin, you know you're going to start squeezing, count the number of squeezes. So on the clothespin, most of the ends have like little grips, so yours may look different, doesn't matter. Hold it between your thumb and your forefinger. These fingers right here can go down or up, doesn't matter. This is going to be a complete squeeze. So when I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that, okay? When the timer ends, stop squeezing, tell your number, 53. They record it. Immediately they restart the timer, begin trial 2. Over and over for 10 trials. And then you're going to repeat for your partner and graph it. So same information, but let's demonstrate. So I'm ready with my clothespin like this. My partner says, go. Okay, then I tell my partner that I had 35 squeezes. They write it down. Go. Start again. Do the same thing over and over until I get through 10 trials. Now here's my data. Here's where you're going to write it down. So say I'm going to use, well, I'll just leave it. Say I'm going to use red. I'm going to write this and I'm going to say 35 number. So we need to figure out a scale once we both have our numbers. Once we have our scale, say this is 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This would be 35. So for trial 1, I would have a point right here. Okay. And my partner, once I finish, my partner is going to do the same thing. Okay. We're going to graph our data and connect it into a line. Okay. Then you're going to answer these questions. This is, were your muscles sore? Where were your muscles sore? And this is, what muscles do you think got sore? So you might have to do a little bit of internet research. Okay, next one is calf raises. Again, working with your partner. You get into anatomical position, do a calf raise. You should be standing with your legs shoulder width apart. Raise your heels to stand on your toes, relax your heels. You must go all the way down. Your partner should check your form, make sure you're doing it correctly. This time, the timer is 30 seconds. So I'm going to readjust timer for 30 seconds like this, okay? And you are going to do the repetitions and count. Same thing. When the timer goes off, you say the number of calf raises, and then you immediately start again. Your partner says go, and you restart. This time, you're only going to go for 7 trials. So let's look at the next one just so I can show you the correct form, okay? So let me just back up a little bit here so that you can see for the correct form. Oh, I think I actually need to stand on a chair to show you. Okay, for the correct form, I need to have my legs about shoulder width apart, and I'm going to go up all the way on my toes, come down 1, up all the way on my toes, come down 2, up all the way on my toes, 3, like that. Okay, every time you come down, that is a count. Okay, then you get here, I recommend you be consistent, so just for less confusion. So again, I was red, say I had 15. We have to figure out a scale afterward, but let's just pretend it's 5, 5, 10. This would be 15, so my point would be right here, okay? But this time is only 7 trials. All right, let's see what's next. Analysis questions. So you have some questions. Some of them may require a little bit of research, but you're going to answer these questions. Okay, this one, arm flexion and extension, working with your table partner. Again, if you don't have one, you get a different partner. You're in anatomical position, using your non-dominant hand this time, because we used our dominant hand for the clothespin, so we want to use a different hand. Making a fist, resting your arm against the side, raising your hand to your upper arm by flexing your elbow, then lowering it, keeping your arm steady as you move your hand. So this time we need a minute. So I would set my timer like this, okay, for a minute. Same procedure, your partner says go, you start doing the exercise, time it for a minute. As soon as the timer goes off, you say 47, your partner writes it down, go. You start again, okay? So I'm going to show you what the exercise should look like. Okay, so you're in anatomical position, okay? Your arms at your side, but you're going to use your non-dominant hand. So for me, that's my left hand. Make a fist, okay? I don't need to worry about this hand. And then rest your upper arm here against the side of your torso. Raise your hand to your upper arm by flexing your elbow. Lower it, okay? Raise it, lower it. So when I get back down here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice my arm is not wildly going around like this. I'm keeping the motion close to my body, okay? And I have control over it, and I have to count every time my hand comes back down. And I'm going to do that for a minute, and then you are going to continue for 7 trials. Same thing, you're going to pick your color for your data, record, say I had 70. I may not be able to count by fives, it may be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, so my point would be here. But again, doesn't matter, wherever your point is, you're going to record your data. Don't start graphing until you get all your data. Then you have some analysis questions to answer. All right, now we're going to talk about muscle contraction and size. You should read that. Okay, here is the whole directions. Okay, so you're going to need a tape measure. So let me pause as I grab one. All right, here we go. Got my tape measure. It says all measurements will be done in centimeters this time, so be careful when you are measuring, working with your partner. Okay, so you're having your partner sit and rest their forearm on the table through a bunch of directions. So let's go through step by step. Okay. All right, so you're going to get the tape measure, centimeters, so be careful of that, working with a partner. So have your partner sit and rest their forearm on the table. So here's the forearm. So it can be down like this, it could be flipped this way, it doesn't matter. They're going to rest their forearm on the table, and then you're going to wrap the tape measure around the middle of the upper arm and measure the circumference around up here. Record it, and so that would get recorded right here. Okay. Now your partner is going to put their hand under the desk and pull up hard against the table to contract the biceps. Now you're going to measure the circumference again, and that would go right here. Okay. The next part, now they're going to put their hand on top of the desk with the palm down and push hard to contract the triceps. And as they're doing that, you're going to measure again around this part of the arm, and then that measurement is going to go here, okay? Now you're going to measure the circumference of the middle of the forearm while relaxed, so just resting on the table, okay? And that is going to go here. Then you're going to make a fist, and you're going to measure around here again. So still resting on the table. So let's not change multiple things. So still resting on the table, but you're going to make a fist. Okay? And then that measurement is going to go right here. All right, now you're going to stand, and you're going to measure and record the circumference around the middle of the calf while relaxed. So if I just... This is your calf. So while just standing relaxed, you're going to measure the distance around here. And then have your partner do a calf raise. Remember that was done earlier. And then you are going to take the second measurement. So while relaxed right here, while doing a calf raise. So in the process right here, okay? This is the whole table. If I have numbers here, so say my number, I'm going to just put ridiculous numbers. Say my number is 100 and then it is 150. The difference would be 50. If this one was 130, so for this one, I'm using the same for relaxed, it would be 30. Okay, so I would continue like that. This part, I probably have to look up. You might not have to. For this one, and this one. This one you may have to look up. And then we have some analysis questions. And that's it. That's muscle activities. You should know how to do it now.